it's difficult for influencers and entertainers that are starting an apparel company to get really lost in their brand, not identifying whether or not their logo or their name or their brand is a logo or a brand, two different things. Because think about Apple obviously has the Apple, but it also says Apple. You have Nike and you have the Nike and then you have the swoosh. It's standalone as both branding and logo. So how did you decide with the? I like it. It's a teepee.
It's a teepee with teep underneath.
Yeah. But which is super dope because it's simple. It's understated. Sort of like you. You know what I'm saying? Like a wholesome, calm dude. Voice of a god, right? So yeah, check it out. What's the website to get your stuff?
It's a Streamlabs website, so I do it through Streamlabs, so they fulfill all the orders for me. I don't know the link off the top of my head, but it's go on my Twitter bio. It's right there.
Twitter bio or twitch.com/teep. Teepee. Yeah, love it. So obviously your full name is Tyler Polcho. So you got your first your initials TP and made that happen.
Yep.
All right. So Tyler, we usually like to start the podcast by saying, who are you today?
So today I am the coach of the Optic Gaming Call of Duty team. I've been coaching them for a little over a year now. I came on during World War II, and that was not a fun year. But overall, we turned it around. We're having a good start to Black Ops 4. And on the side, well, I guess it's coming to the forefront now, but I do content, live streaming, YouTube videos, all that fun stuff.
So if you were to identify yourself right now, I like the fact that you said coach first, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
For us, always finding a qualified coach was super important. And then we finally got a chance to work with you. Obviously, you were in Optic Nation for a while, and I was super happy about that. I like to work with good people, and you've always been somebody that stood out to me as like a decent human being above anything else. Even when we were competing, and you were partnering with the Aches and the fucking Crims. So the time
the criminals,
the
bad guys.
Not necessarily the bad guys.
Sort of.
Yeah, you know what? I think they play that role well. Specifically Aches, and I like Aches is a specific character that he's going to be on the podcast soon. That I have so many questions for, because it can't be easy. Everybody is the protagonist of their own story, and it isn't until somebody else puts a negative connotation to who you are that you either say, "Whoa, I'm not," or that you're like, I kind of am. Yeah, I kind of am, and he does. I think he's one of the ones that owns it. So, give us a little bit of history. When did you get started with video games, and then we'll work into Call of Duty.
So I started with video games when I was very, very young. I have an older brother that's 2.5 years older than me, so we would always be playing games against each other and stuff. Man, I was a big gamer when I was a kid, starting with Pokemon, switching over to free-to-play shooters. I actually started on PC, funny enough, because I was a console pro for a long, long time. But I started with like Wolfenstein Enemy Territory, Counter-Strike 1.6, a bunch of free-to-play shooters, basically.
Yeah.
So that's where I sort of got my FPS background and got a lot of reps on shooter games in general on those. But loved MMOs, loved the Final Fantasy RPG games, just whatever game whatever game I could get my hands on, I was all over it, and I loved it. So.
Did you play any sports in high school?
Yeah, so I was a soccer player for 12 years. So I played competitive soccer growing up and into high school as well.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so super into soccer and sports in general. Fitness is a big part of my life, and I've always tried to keep that at the forefront as much as possible.
Same.
It's tough to balance sometimes when you're doing content and working full time and being a pro and all that type of stuff, but definitely into sports and fitness.
Who's better, you, Joey, or Zuma?
I actually don't know. I haven't really seen them play or anything.
So you?
I'll go with me. No, I'm just joking, but it'd be fun. That's something I've always wanted to do, like get a soccer team together, a little five-a-side or something like that.
Dude, you can't. So Hitch played.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to make a team, actually.
Yeah, Castro is right down the street, and he's ready.
They're talking to him.
Yeah, so he's ready. I'm good. Let me rephrase that. I used to be really good. Okay, I used to be really good. It's just right now my stamina isn't what it
Right,
we
got to get your cardio up.
Yeah, cardio's been a big factor. You know what's crazy is that I am a runner stuck inside I don't want to say fat, because I'm not fat. I'm a runner stuck and I'm not lazy either, in an unmotivated fitness person. We'll say that.
Right.
I swear to God, every single time I see someone running, I hate them. And I hate them because I'm jealous of the fact that they're doing it. I'm like, man, I wish I could do that. And I've never, for the past 20 years, have never been able to get into running.
Right.
So if there's any running coaches out there in Frisco,
personally. I can't just sit on a treadmill and do it.
Yeah,
man.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I see people running outside, and I'm like, man, it'd be so awesome to run like all of Frisco, or to run through neighborhoods and to experience that. And I think that I'd be the kind of runner to not wear headphones. I think that I'd want to experience the audio of nature. I mean, as far as nature can be with the cars and stuff. Anyway, so what was your first iteration your entry into Call of Duty? Which one?
So I started playing Call of Duty 4, as a lot of people came into the scene. But basically, like I said, I was on PC playing different shooters and stuff like that. Got to high school, and that was the cool thing to do. A bunch of people were playing Halo and Call of Duty. So I got an Xbox 360. That Christmas was my freshman year of high school, actually. And that's when I loved the game right away.
So Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Modern Warfare, exactly. I hopped in. And for whatever reason, Call of Duty just felt right to me.
Yeah.
It's like such a cliche to say, but I would just play pubs in that game. I could just do it all day long. Loved prestiging. Everyone wanted to get that gold cross.
I paid for mine.
Oh, what?
Yeah, from this dude named
Come on.
Koopa. I think he used to be a Call of Duty pro or whatever.
Wait, so you weren't a true gold cross?
No, man.
Come on, man.
The thing is like I love Call of Duty, as you know. I think. I literally love Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like it is the thing.
Same.
And I don't say it changed your life also, but it changed my life too. But I think that even if it didn't, it'd be one of those things that I like basketball. Basketball is like my favorite sport to play out of all the sports. But Call of Duty for some reason sort of made me feel something. It was a sniper rifle for sure, and I tell this story nonstop. But in case you haven't heard it, let me fucking tell you. It was I was in a map called St. Mary Glees. I was outside of the church in a building that was broken down, and I was looking down the main road into back stories, which was broken down building, and I had my Car 98K, okay,
strapped,
and then I see the enemy moving to the right, and right before he gets out of frame, 1 pixel away from being unkillable, I kill him. And that shot, man, made me I was so hooked on it. And by that time, I'd always had this sort of affinity towards snipers. Watched every single sniper movie, as bad and cheesy as they are.
Yeah.
Watched the series Sniper is the name of that series. You've never seen it, I bet. And then I saw Enemy at the Gates. Amazing. You ever seen Enemy at the Gates?
Nope.
Tyler, Enemy at the Gates you've never seen?
Nope.
Okay, listen, after this.
You got to teach me up, man.
No, listen, after this, go stream, go do your thing.
Yeah.
But take time to watch it. It's with, I don't even know. It's a famous dude. Anyway, but bro, it's so good. It is the best sniper movie out there. Better than American Sniper, which was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Better than what? I mean, there's a million sniper movies, but Enemy at the Gates is by far my favorite sniper movie of all time.
I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, no, don't keep it in mind. Promise me that you're gonna watch it this week, man. And have you ever seen Deadwood?
Nope.
One of the best shows on HBO. If you guys haven't seen Deadwood, you go watch it. The movie's about to come out this year. It's so good, this show, that I am going to fly to LA, right, to the podcast with Hutch, and also to go watch the movie with Hutch, holding hands, as we enjoy one of our favorite shows of all time.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, man.
Can I get a picture of that?
You may, yes. We're thinking making posters and T-shirts and stuff.
I like that. I'd definitely buy.
So you started playing Call of Duty. You were really good because you gravitated towards it. Felt right.
Yep.
How did you discover competitive Call of Duty?
So actually, a funny story. I was just playing a pub, overgrown headquarters, just doing my thing, dropping my 100+ kills, just doing what I always do.
Yeah.
And then some player in the lobby said, "Yo, man, you play MLG game battles?" And I was like, "No, I had no idea what it was."
Yeah.
Like a lot of people didn't at the time.
So you plug in your mic. You're like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what you saying?
I don't. Over.
I was like, hey, no, man.
Yeah.
So I figured out what MLG was.
Was he like, shit?
Yeah.
How old are you, dude?
Right? Super confusing at the time. So basically, I figured out what game battles was, figured out what MLG was, and I started watching the Halo 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, wait, hold up. I can play this for a chance at money. Yeah. And that was all I needed. So I started watching, the Halo 3 gods do their thing.
Yeah.
Snipe Down doing his montages, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was the moment for me where I was like, I know what I want to do now. I definitely do. So from that moment on,
What grade were you in?
This must have been end of freshman year, maybe sophomore year of high school.
Uh-huh.
So I was I don't know, what, 15, 16 at the time, something like that.
Yeah, I was 26.
So basically, from that moment on, we started playing GBs. We were just terrible. I was on some random game battles team. We would end the season like 50
Wait, but
and 50.
how did you find your teammates?
From that pub. So that guy had a team on game battles, and
Okay.
he had a couple of friends that he would play with from his, I don't know if it was his hometown or
remember
whatever.
his name?
It was, the group that I played with was, guy's name was Regulate, Lancers, and Garrett.
Any of them still around?
No. I'm
Still
sure
talk to any of them?
I still talk to him every once in a while. We'll
Yeah?
check in, just see how we're doing.
Hell yeah.
But that was our first team. It was Authentic Reality. So we started getting our reps in on GB, and that's when I started figuring out who the top players were at the time. So it was like your Team Fears, Envy, all those guys. And when I would match up against them in a match or whatever, I'm like, oh, I got to go dumb hard. I got to make sure I get my pictures and all that type of stuff at the time, because that was the cream of the crop, right? That was the people that you had to see how good you were
Unreal
against.
Talent, UT was the before they became Envy.
Right. So I would play, those game battles matches, and that's when they started developing into the PCLs and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't start actually going for those bigger tournaments until Modern Warfare 2 came out, because I was still busy with soccer and all that type of stuff. I had some real life obligations going on, so I couldn't really put in all that time that I wanted to with Call of Duty and gaming and everything. And then it was around the time where the PCLs came out for Modern Warfare 2, and so they had that was when the split happened, where they had the PCLs on Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it was around the time when me and the now wife were just starting to talk and started dating. So the actual pro circuit and the nationals tournament was on PlayStation. I was an Xbox guy.
Yeah. Who was? Everyone was.
Exactly. So she had a PlayStation.
Nice.
So I was like,
She gamed too?
she gamed too.
What does she play? Does she play Call of Duty now?
So her favorite series was the Ratchet and Clanks and just different RPG games.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we played Call of Duty and stuff too.
Yeah?
So I got a little.
You should do
we had a little
there's
gaming dates.
there's this couple called husband and wife gaming, and then there's father and son gaming.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, I always thought that was like super, not niche necessarily, and it's not like a gimmick either. Like these people like really play with each other,
Right.
And that's
It's awesome. I love to see stuff
I
like
wanted to do the Optic Brothers show with me and my brother.
Yeah.
because he played obviously as you know, and anyway, I thought it'd be really cool. You should think about doing something.
It's a good
like
idea.
that.
I get a lot of my streamers like, well, you and the wife should play duos or whatever.
Yeah.
And I talk to the wife about it. She's like, I would just be absolute shit. So I don't know
Yeah,
if I want to
well, to start it out, and,
Yeah.
and what do you really need, right? Besides, you're gonna carry,
Yeah,
right? If she goes,
but she wants to be good too. That's
Yeah.
the thing. We used to
Yeah.
play Black Ops 2 League play together and stuff
Well, there
like
you
that.
go.
She had one of the best
So she-
MSMC shots I've ever seen, I think.
Well, there you go. We should have picked her. I always said that
No,
the
it's
most
fun.
smart. Look, if very early on when Nature was on the team, and we had the four, obviously big time American and Sethi.
Yeah.
I always said, I'm like, guys, you better pray that there's no girl out there that's like incredible or just as good as any of you, because one of you is getting dropped for her, and we're gonna have the most marketable team in the world.
Easily.
I always had this this
Thinking ahead.
marketability.
Right.
I keep on pushing Drew to do this podcast. It's a dog podcast with Maven's girlfriend Kat.
Oh, yeah.
because she's huge into dogs as well. She was a dog walker just because she loves dogs, and Judith loves dogs. That's why she has a zoo at the fucking house. And and I keep trying to get her because once she gets going, she's really good. She's very easy to like. Judith is, and I don't know. I think that. It offers them an opportunity to experience what we're experiencing in a sense, and I think that you have like the perfect opportunity to do something like that with your stream.
And now that you bring that up, it's like you look at different types of content too. You have the Real Housewives
Yeah.
and the shows that are based around the significant others of professional athletes and content creators and artists and all
Yeah.
that type of stuff. So it might be the next big thing. You never know.
Yeah. The real wife gamers of gamers.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy. All right, so you're into Modern Warfare 2. That's when you really took off because, and then this is when you started dating your wife. So CPL got split up. Sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
So I was still playing with the same guys. We came back. We ended up. I think I was too busy. I don't know why I ended up playing in the first PCL, but I put in all my effort into the second pro circuit ladder on Modern Warfare 2 for PlayStation, and we ended up getting top 12, I think we got. But that I got a couple of reps in and a couple really good series in because I was West Coast at the time. There wasn't a lot of West Coast players, so I would host, and just completely
Shit on
mob
everybody. Yeah.
everybody because it just wasn't fair whatsoever.
Yeah.
But it was my sort of chance to like stand out on the scoreboard against people like the Rambos and the big timers of the
Yeah.
time that were, you know, at the top.
Yeah.
So that's when I started to get more credibility on things like the GB forums and things like that, because that's where people do their top player lists and all that type of stuff. So you have to work your way up the community.
Yeah.
And I started getting into the higher player eights of the time. So that's where I got a lot better in a short period of time. So in the matter of like 4 to 6 months, I went from being kind of average in my opinion to being one of the best players.
Yeah.
So that's when I started, you know, really getting a lot of pro points, which is very important too.
Yep.
And that's when I started talking to hecz. That's where we met, and we talk on AIM.
Yeah.
AOL Instant Messenger. That was the
Like voice or text?
Just text.
Okay, yeah.
And that's when he was thinking about making a roster change possibly.
So he was already on the team.
So he was on a different team. I think it was just Leverage was his team at the time.
Yeah.
So that's where the Leverage name come from.
Yeah.
That's Pat's.
Yeah.
So we started talking. He wanted to drop one of his players, and we started talking. I'm like, all right, let's make it happen. So anyways, long story short, we make it to Nats. We qualify with enough pro points. We play our first event there. Is me, hecz, Miles, and Juggonometry was our roster for Nats. First event we went to, I was so goddamn nervous.
Yeah.
Because this was like, my mom had to come with me because she didn't think it was like legit or anything.
Yeah.
But it was actually a lot of fun watching the Halo event. StarCraft was there, and the first COD event that I had actually gone and competed at, and we ended up getting second place. So that we won like $1,000, $1,500 each, something like that, which was at the time good cash.
A lot of money, yeah. You're in high school.
I was like, Mom, look, here we go. We got a check.
Yeah.
Got a check in the mail, and that's when everything sort of became realistic that I could do this, and that's when the duo of me and hecz started.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.